Nikola Jokić has made history after last night's performance. What does this mean for the future of the NBA? The future of the Denver Nuggets after everything they've had to go through since the firing of Michael Malone? We're gonna break down everything that you need to know on that in this episode of Joe Mercer Sports Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Joey Mercer, and before we get into it there today, I just want to make sure that everyone who is watching this content goes down below, hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and every single time we upload, you'll be able to stay up to date with our takes on the NBA and everything that you need to know around. It's absolutely free. Why not do it? Keep up to date yourself with everything we have to say, a little bit more in depth than what you just get from reading an article. And we're going to get right into it with what Nikola Jokić did. How has he made history once again? It seems like this is happening on a nightly basis with him. And now this article that we found is from the CBS Sports page by Sam Quinn, titled, Nikola Jokić becomes first center in NBA history to average triple-double, putting final touch on his MVP case. Jokić is expected to be the MVP runner-up to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, we all know what my take is on that here on this channel, that I think Nikola Jokić should still win the MVP. There's only been 3 players in NBA history to average a triple-double in a regular season, that being Oscar Robertson in 1961-62, Russell Westbrook in 2016-17, and then, of course, Nikola Jokić this season. So that's absolutely crazy that he is not going to go ahead and win the MVP. It seems like he's going to lose at SGA of the OKC Thunder. And out of the previous 2 people to average a triple-double in a regular season, it's a 50-50. Westbrook won it, the MVP that is, in 2017, but Oscar Robertson lost that MVP to Bill Russell that season. So now we can see the triple-double is one of the rare statistical achievements in all of basketball. When Oscar Robertson averaged one over the full 1961-62 season, it was seen as a totally irreplicable anomaly. For more than 5 decades, they were right. Russell Westbrook joined him in the triple-double club during the 2016-17 season and wound up entering it 4 different times. But Westbrook and Robertson are guards, positioned well to accumulate stats because of how frequently they have the ball. And we did see some different situations with Steven Adams' rebounding numbers going down, so on and so forth with Russell Westbrook in that 2016-17 season. Nikola Jokić, however, is a center, and as of Friday is the first one in NBA history to average a triple-double for a full season. A absolutely crazy feat, but who other to do it than Nikola Jokić? With 26 points, 16 rebounds, and 13 assists, Jokić clinched the feat regardless of what happens on Sunday. Historically speaking, the notion of a center doing this felt almost impossible. Only 2 other centers in NBA history average even 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists per game, being Wilt Chamberlain and Domantas Sabonis. Once again, Domantas Sabonis does not get the respect or flowers he deserves. He did make the All-Star team this season, which I thought was absolute blasphemy. But that's another topic. Big men typically don't have the ball enough to do what Jokić has now done. Speaking of which, Jokić is ironically the best outside shooter in the triple-double club. He'll become the first member to shoot above 40% from three-point range in a triple-double season, assuming there is no catastrophe on Sunday. Though in fairness, Robertson played before the three-point shot existed, and no player in NBA history, regardless of total points or assists, has ever averaged 10 rebounds and made 40% of their three-pointers. Jokić as a center has now done so. It is the anomaly of all anomalies, quite possibly the greatest statistical offensive season any player's ever had, and it doesn't seem like he's going to win MVP, which is also crazy. And in all likelihood, it is not going to be rewarded with a 4th MVP trophy for Jokić. SGA is at least a minus 2,500 favorite at every major book at the moment in the final MVP straw poll conducted by ESPN's Tim Bontemps. Gilgeous-Alexander collected 77 first-place votes to Jokic's 23. I covered that video last week. And that came before Jokic's Nuggets fired head coach Michael Malone and general manager Calvin Booth. And no other player has won MVP with this coach being fired during the season either. So a few feats there against Jokić. It seems like SGA is going to win the MVP award, but I really do think after this season, the injuries the Nuggets have had, and their seeding still being very high, that they should most definitely have their MVP in Nikola Jokić. But that's just my take here. Let me know what you have to think about this down below in the comments section. This has been an absolutely crazy feat. I mean, when we look more into this one right here, it says the odds, in other words, are not in Jokic's favor. SGA currently has an 18-game lead on Jokic and the Nuggets with his OKC Thunder, and Gilgeous-Alexander is the superior defender. To say nothing of the stellar offensive season he has put together, in truth, this has been one of the best MVP races of all time. Either would be a deserving winner, but interim Nuggets coach David Adelman said it best. This race is also going to have an incredible loser. If he doesn't win the MVP, it's the greatest season of all time not to win MVP, Adelman said on Friday, and I have to agree with him on that point. That's almost certainly true, but at the very least, Jokic will have that in common with his fellow members of the Triple-Double Club. Robertson lost the 1962 MVP award to Bill Russell, and Westbrook won MVP in only one of his 4 triple-double seasons. If Jokic doesn't win the award this time around, the 6 triple-double seasons the league has ever seen will have only one produced one MVP, which is absolutely crazy to think of. And the center position's first ever triple-double average won't collect a trophy, despite the same player earning 3 of the past 4 without ever having done so. Whether it's Gilgeous-Alexander's greatness, voter fatigue, or a combination of both, that would have felt almost unfathomable as recently as the beginning of the season. So that's absolutely insane to think of as well. I mean, we all thought that Jokic was going to be a runner for MVP this season when the season started, but now seeing that it looks like he's going to lose it after an absolutely historical season is pretty crazy to think. But once again, just my takes. This is what I think of it here. This is why I bring this to you. I'm letting you know what I think from the research that I've done, but let me know what you think from the research you've done. Go down below in that comment section. Really keep me up to date with how you feel on this topic. Make sure to like the video if you made it this far. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell for notifications, and I'll see you all in the next video.